it has tried a bit to make an intuitive explanation to the solution to the Monty Hall problem. So what is the Monty Hall problem? Well, it's called the Monty Hall problem because it was named after, you guessed it, Monty Hall, who was the first host of the game show Let's Make a Deal, where one of the games on the show was the following. So you, as the contestant, are presented with 3 doors. And Monty Hall asks you to choose one because behind one of them is something great. For instance, maybe a treasure chest full of gold and a couple of sapphires or something. And behind the other 2 are goats. And you don't even get to keep the goat. It's just symbolic of you losing. Okay, so you don't know which door it's behind. It could be behind this first door, could be behind this door, could be behind this door, right? You have no idea. So you are presented with these 3 doors, and let's say you pick this one, okay? So then Monty comes back out and says, alright, well, looky here. Behind this door is a goat. Do you want to change your answer? Now, the answer of yes or no, that is the Monty Hall problem. And the solution, believe it or not, is you actually double your odds of winning this game if you say, yes, Monty, I would like to switch doors to this other available door here on the left. Okay? So that doesn't make any sense, right? That's very counterintuitive. And don't feel bad, because over 1,000 people with PhDs, when this problem's solution first came to light, they all wrote in and said it was hogwash and threw a bunch of fits. And it was pretty embarrassing for PhD holders, in my opinion. So let's look at this intuitively. Let's say, for instance, this is you. And you are a rational individual, and you've gotten to this point in the game, and you don't already know the solution to the Monty Hall problem. And you're thinking about it. You don't know whether you should switch the door or not. So you've picked this door here in the middle, right? You have that door. Now let's say over here, let's pretend like this is a timeline of your life up to this point, right? So let's say you were born over here, and you go to school, you're grown up, or however old you are, and say right around here you get selected to go to this game show, and here you finally choose this door. You choose that door in the middle. Now at this point your life could go in 2 different directions, right? You could have chosen the door that has the gold behind it in this universe. Or your life could go in this path. Your life could go down the path of the goat, and you could have a goat behind your door. Right? These are the 2 possible options of your life up to this point. So it's pretty clear, if your strategy is to never switch doors, that you only have a 1 out of 3 chance of winning. Right? There's 2 goats and 1 chest of gold. You never switch doors. No matter what happens after you pick that first door, you always keep it. Then you always have a 1 out of 3 chance of winning. Right? So let's examine the more interesting strategy of always switching doors. Always switch doors. Okay? So let's look at this path of your life, this hypothetical path. Okay? Now we don't know that the gold is behind our door, but let's say that it is, and let's see what happens. So obviously, if the gold is behind the door that we picked, and we always choose to switch doors, when Monty comes out with his 2 remaining doors and shows you a goat behind one of them, and you say, yes, Monty, I would like to switch doors, obviously, this other door also has a goat behind it, right? So if you've picked the gold originally with this door, then you will always lose, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this other universe. Right? This one where we have the goat behind our door. One of the 2 goats, anyway. So you've picked a goat. You don't know that. Okay? Either one of these 2 things happened. Monty comes out, and he will always show you a door that has a goat behind it, right? So he shows you another goat, but you have one behind your door already. So when you say, yes, Monty, I would like to switch doors, what's going to happen? Right? You're going to get the gold, right? Monty only has one door to choose from. If you have a goat behind your door, and he shows you a goat, and you switch to that other unknown door, then of course that one has the gold behind it. So let's recap. If you originally chose the gold, you will always lose, right? Because you switch doors. However, if you started with a goat behind your door, you will always win. When your strategy is to always switch doors, right? Now think about that for a minute. If you start with a goat and he shows you a goat, then yeah, if you switch doors, you will always win, right? Okay, so now let's throw some numbers behind this. I intentionally left them off until this point, right? So this path we always lost, this path we always win. Well, originally you only have a 1 out of 3 chance of picking the gold, right? And this is the always lose path. So you only have a 1 out of 3 chance of losing if you always switch doors, right? That's the strategy we're looking at. And then, of course, you have a 2/3 chance of picking a goat. And this path leads to always winning, right? So essentially what's happened when your strategy is to always switch doors after this new information that there's a goat behind this door, if you always switch doors, you have a 2/3 chance of winning, right? Because this path has a 2/3 chance of happening. And this one only has 1/3. Alright, well I hope that helped. I know this helped me to think about it and put this out there. So if you have any requests, that could be fun. It could be fun to explain something else. I enjoy this sort of thing. And have a good one, guys.